March of 2020, no one really knows what's going to happen, you know. I'm sure I wasn't the only one who thought I might lose my job, you know, and they really assuaged those worries right off the bat. And I was incredibly blessed to be at Cornell, and they really took care of everybody. My name is Nathan Bandler. I'm a sales and events associate at Cornell Catering. A little more on the sales side now. I started in December 2019, right before the pandemic. That's right, yeah, coming up on 4 years here, so that'll be awesome. When I was hired at Cornell, they had just gotten back the Johnson School of Business, which is a huge client. So they needed another salesperson, but also someone to lead up those events. So they actually created my position as a term position. At the end of the term, your position can be renewed for another term, which is what happened to me, or they can offer you a full-time position. So, I mean, I was already putting a tremendous amount of pressure on myself to get to the next term, to get the full-time position. And then the pandemic comes, and we're coming into work every day and just deleting events off of our books. I remember one of the days when it was really starting to sink in, this isn't a week thing, this isn't a month thing. That's when I started to become more and more anxious that, hey, you know, I could lose my job. Cornell really took care of their employees, kept us on, made people feel comfortable. Folks would come in for a week and they would do things like crash cleaning, be off 2 weeks and then come back. And all of that time was paid. It doesn't even sound real when I say it, and I feel incredibly fortunate to be in that position. Our director at the time, Dustin Freely, he basically helped develop this thing called satellite meals. We would go to locations around campus and we'd set up in there with individually packaged and bagged meals, completely safe, hasn't been touched by a bunch of different people. It's not an open line at a buffet. And I should also mention, we would deliver these meals as well. We would go down to GIAC, we would go to St. James Zion Church, all sorts of places around town. If they needed a delivery, we were able to do it for them. That was definitely rewarding, to give people meals who needed them, to work in the community, to deliver meals. It's just a testament to Dustin, the leaders at Cornell, really making that happen and help those people who needed it, and that was great. Yeah, I take a tremendous amount of pride in my job. Catering is hard. Like, there are certain times of the year with reunion, with commencement, where it is really challenging. You know, there's long hours, but also I love the people I work with, the excellent culture that is in our office. Every day makes me want to come to work. The attention paid to each individual employee is unlike other places that I've worked. I've worked in restaurant kitchens where it's very chaotic. This is the first job I've had where I thought, you know, I could work here forever and enjoy it. And yeah, it's unlike a feeling that I felt at any other place. It's the best place that I've ever worked personally. I genuinely love my job. I know a lot of people say that. I take so much pride in working at Cornell too. Like, I think there's a lot of prestige in working at Cornell, and I feel lucky to work here. I feel blessed. I mean, it's awesome.